could never adequately convey everything you're giving to me today. But holding you is better than a holiday, and leaving you I dread it like exam day. So at the risk of sounding kinda risque, everything to now has been the foreplay. Darling, I would follow you to Norway, or anywhere you want it, 'cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing, you're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing, you're amazing.
This one. Cool.
I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing, you're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing, you're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing, you're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing, you're amazing. One day, when we're getting wrinkly and our hair's grey, a rusty old banger in the driveway, one of us will maybe wear a toupee, but I will be in love with you.
Hello, hello, incredible impact makers. Who's excited for this bonus lesson? Instead of shouting with Black Friday super deals of 80% off, you will always pay 100%, but I just love giving presents. How does that sound? Absolutely super, super cool to see all of you. We're gonna have 90 minutes of absolute blast. I see some familiar faces. I see some people that I didn't see for a while, and I see some new people as invitations from people from the community. So, what I would love to start with is what we do in most of our calls every single time. And that is that I would love to open up the stage to you to share some wins that you've experienced in the last, let's say, the last month or even the last year. Some things that you are proud of, some brag time, some stuff that you've accomplished regarding speaking, regarding stages, regarding your next level of impact and income through stages. So you can raise your virtual hand. I won't go in the right order, maybe I will, but just give yourself the opportunity to be chosen, because what we're going to do today is right after, good to see you, Ayla, right after we do that brag time, what I'm going to show you is how to leverage AI to accelerate your speaking journey. As you all know, we have 3 focus points when we look at speaking. And that is, how can we make this as easy as possible, right? There's so many things in life that can be complicated that maybe we make complicated, but not here. Here we try to make it as easy as possible. So AI is going to not make you overwhelmed. It's not going to confuse you. It's going to make it as easy as possible for you. Then the second focus, starting with an F, who remembers? How can we make this as what? Fun! Fun, Sean, let's go. Fun as possible. We can suffer through this road. Public speaking is the #1 fear of humankind, and we can completely feel like we're not good enough. But we here make it fun as possible, as fun as possible. And you gotta play, you gotta lean into the fun as well. I mean, I can have a good time, but I would love to have a good time together. And then third and foremost, not despite we make it easy and fun, but because we make it easy and fun, it becomes third lens. How can we make it as impactful as possible? because we make it easy, because we enjoy ourselves, because we're present, because we remember that we actually are the stars. Not because our ego is there to get us on stage and share from the place, but because when we're authentic, when we're bringing our energy forward, that is magnetic for other people, especially when we share it in a structure. Therefore, it becomes super impactful. And for ourselves as well, because who agrees that when you step up on that stage, you need to step up, right? You're giving yourself a beautiful, personal development tool, gift, present as well. So today we're going to dive in how you can leverage AI to do all of that. But before I want to do some break time, I want to hear from you. I want you all to be inspired by each other because when you're in this group, the wins of these people are your wins, right? It's the love exposure. Once you get exposed to someone who's doing something dope, then you start to see that it could be happening for you as well. Can we agree? Can we agree? So when you listen to the wins, listen like it's yours, okay? And let's do this in rapid fire because we've got a lot to cover today. We have 90 minutes. And oh my God, Isla can only stay for an hour. So we gotta make sure that it's gonna be super impactful in 1 hour as well. All right, Carolyn, bring it on. What do we got? What can we celebrate with you? We want to hear you, Carolyn. You're on mute right now. There
Oh,
you go.
thank you. I had my first paid speaking gig in March in New York,
Let's go! That's incredible.
and I just turned in my book to the publisher. So my book is going to be released. They say probably the first of the year. So I'm using that as a lead magnet. Actually, I think it's the best lead
Wow.
magnet you could have. I think. I'm thinking.
That is incredible. Oh, Carolyn, I'm so excited for you. That's so well deserved. You put so much work into this journey. Congratulations, Carolyn.
Can I
Well
ask one
done.
more thing? I'm,
Oh my,
I'm, I'm doing these podcasty things with everybody. And last night I had this little idea that I'm had a bunch of people come in and it's called Inside Out, Getting to Know You. I think it would be I'm thinking about using it as a practice podcast for everybody. You can come on and we can pretend we're doing a podcast so you can get some confidence.
let's go. Good job, Carolyn. Super good. We're going into the rapid fire wins. Just to hear a lot of people a little bit. This is incredible. Ivo, what about you?
My biggest win was that I'm speaking. I'm getting more confident and speaking up and raising my hand, even not knowing what to say. But this is the biggest win that I'm speaking. Like what you hear now is my biggest win.
Yes, raising your hand because you can. You have the opportunity to speak. You always have something valuable to share. Ivo, brilliant. Absolutely awesome. Carmen and Rocky.
Oh, okay. I have had a limiting belief about money, and I got AI to help me with it, create visualizations and all kinds of things because my parents were raised in the Depression. So I have this, I've carried their belief, and it was incredible what AI came up with. So
Let's
now I don't
go.
mind getting money.
She's ready to receive some money. Who's ready to receive some money? Who's excited for Carolyn and therefore excited for yourself as well? It's like, I want to get my first paid speaking gig. Let's go. If Carolyn can do it, so can I. That's what I'm talking about. Anya, what about you?
I want to celebrate that since starting on this journey with you, I feel like the quality of what I'm saying and how I'm presenting myself has definitely increased. And I feel like more of an authority rather than just somebody who's dabbling, or maybe that's the right word. So, yeah, so that feels like a tangible difference.
Let's go. Oh, that is so good because you are. You really are. And for everybody who did not subscribe or liked Anya's podcast, Anya, maybe you can share your link of the podcast again in the WhatsApp group or here in the chat because it's really cool. It's really, really cool. Well done. Creating your own stage as well. Sean, what about you?
Just this whole experience of being here. And through this past year, I've gotten much better on Facebook and I've been on podcasts and such. And I followed up with a gentleman I did one with a month ago, and I just pulled it up and it's on his website. He's going to announce it today. So I'm pretty excited about that as well.
Yes, let's go. Good job. Patrice, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, Lori. Good to see everyone. Always with the smile and the energy. I love it. I love it. I missed it. Yeah, so one thing since we last met or past 2 months, um, for many people I was in the class, they would know I'm a data scientist. So I actually build AI for a living. And I'm building out a consulting firm. Why? Because there are a lot of people doing consulting who actually don't know AI. They have a certification that they pick up. Don't have the technicality to solve the problem. And I see a lot of people talking about it, and I'm like, no, that is not really how it works. So something said you got to do something about it if you know how it works very well. So I'm stepping my foot into the realm. I've been building AI for the past 14 years. I went to school learning AI, machine learning. So when I say AI, I know what I'm talking about from the algorithm ground up. So I am started a venture and eventually going to build a product. But right now, it's just to help people educate them properly. Like, what is AI? Like from the birds, what can it do for you? And if so, can it help you? Right? What is your work process? Can it be helpful to your work process? I guarantee you, sometimes AI will not solve your problem. And somebody who is not selling, like me, would tell you, no, you don't need AI. Probably you will need it to review your statement or your email, but it's not much it's going to add to your business. You need people to do that because everybody is selling you some tools, and you end up you're like, okay, you sold me this tool. What am I doing with it? Maybe your business does not apply to it. So I am that guy who's going to tell you the truth. I'm not a salesman, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity. So again, it's called inhouseai.com, and AI from building from the buzzword to your AI in person, right? I can retrain a model for you. I can build a custom application for you. I can do anything, pretty
You can
much.
do
And if I
everything.
don't do it, I know how to get somebody to do it.
I
So that
love
is my,
it.
yeah.
Guys, with a raise of hands, who sees Patrice as the trustworthy AI speaker on stages? All right, Patrice, maybe
Thank-
your personal story connected to AI might be able to help you with your expertise or your credibility in the realm of how people perceive you to be as an AI expert. Because we know that your heart is really, really big and you have the skill. And in this world of AI, there's so many people who are just saying something. So I would love to celebrate that with you. Just planting that seed.
Yes, Rev, thank you. And then to finish, we are planning with some of the team, a prior member of this group. We're gonna have a talk to educate people, a conference to educate people about AI, and then that's gonna probably be my first speech engagement after I graduate the class. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go.
Yeah, that being said, I like to talk, so I should shut up right now. Thank you.
That's amazing. And for all of you, like, there's so many wins. Like, please keep sharing that in a WhatsApp group because who already loves what's happening here? Like, you get inspired by other people's wins. So keep sharing them. You're not bragging. That's why this is an allocated brag time. We want you to brag. Ayla.
Well, this is, I want you to take this win. This is this win that I have. So 2 weeks ago, I finally, I think, found my audience, my right fit audience, which has been, as you know, a struggle for the last 2 years. It's not that they're not out there, it's can they hear me, right? Anyway, so 2 weeks ago, spoke to a group of moms of high schoolers, and it went super well. I did my edutainment piece. I was funny. I was good, and I got 15 people saying, "I want to have a call with you."
No way, Ayla! How many people were in the audience?
About 70.
70? And then 15 said they want to have a call with you. I mean, I would calculate that in your average sales call closing rate. I think you're highly above average.
I
I
think it
love.
was above average. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, you got to keep us up to date. That is incredible.
yeah, it was good. It was final. It's been such So for everybody there, Laurie and I go back a long time to the
Yes.
beginning,
The
really.
beginning of the beginning. You were in the ever first speaking academy.
Exactly. And either you're in it for the you're in it for the long haul, and it can be a long haul, but you have to know whether you're committed or not. Anyway, that's
So proud of you, Isla. Let's go. Let's go. That is incredible. And you know what I love almost the most of your whole share, besides the result, is I crushed it. I was funny. I was amazing. When you would listen to Isla talking about herself 2 years ago, it was be a little bit more critical. And I love that you're able to recognize what you're doing really well because you did that all along, Ayla. And I'm so happy for you that it's now showing in the external too. Absolutely incredible. Well done. Oh, so good. So good. Darlene, welcome.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. You guys are amazing. This is not going to be a speaking win, although I do have a couple of those. However, just as an encouragement, one of your graduates invited me, so this is my first time with you. And in May of this year, 6 months ago, I lost my fiance in a split second in a tragic car accident. And immediately after that, decided that I would train my body and my emotions to be prepared for a half marathon at the end of the year, which I completed 16 out of 29 in my age category just this past Sunday. So I
Wow.
felt great. He was with me, and it was an incredible win for me. So I decided that that would be the thing I'd share with you guys. Just keep going.
Wow, that is incredible. Who with a raise of hands has chills when she said that? Or was I the only one? Like, that is the power of authentic sharing. Darlene, that was powerful. Thank you for being so open and vulnerable right from the start. Absolutely beautiful. Laverne.
Great rising, everyone. This has been a tremendous year. I started off with doing a couple smoothie detox. That's what I do. I've had success in the three different sessions that I did. The first one I had 12 people, and the last one I had 5. I climaxed yesterday with speaking with Lori, which is taking me into a different arena. I have an engagement to be a part of a women's panel next year in the end of March, and preparing to get into podcasts. So I think I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. I need support, but I'm moving in the right direction.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go. You know what I love so much about all of you guys? Like, look at the engagement of this group. Normally, there's groups where everybody is off camera. Now, everybody is on camera. Like, that is absolutely awesome. And that is what this group is about. And this is also the group where you are celebrated for your wins and not, there's no jealousy. There's no, There's just appreciation and acknowledgement. Like, this is just the beginning for every single one of us, right? What you're accomplishing now is like scratching the surface about the amazingness that's unfolding for you. And as we said, that's why you're here, right? Today is about the bonus workshop on how to leverage AI on your speaking journey. Now, as some of you know, I'm already really excited when I upgrade my computer and when I log into my right email and it's going in one way. I am not the AI expert. I'm not the tech expert. That's Patrice, right? He just started a venture. What we're talking about today, though, is how you can leverage it. So sometimes it's not about the next super tool that you have. It's about how do you leverage the tools that are already out there in a way that it actually helps you with the actual goals that you want to achieve. And that is what today is all about. It really is about how to make it as easy as possible. And what we're going to focus on today is your keynote. So we can leverage AI as well to get on stages and get paid for it. But our focus today is how to leverage this to improve your communication. All right. And before we do that, because I really like this quote, like, we can automate everything. But when we automate or AI, chaos, there will be more chaos. So before we even going to dive into, and so many people are joining, this is amazing. Before we even going to dive into how we're going to leverage it, let's first focus on what our focus actually is. And for the people, hi Eva, hi Dory, absolutely awesome to see you, Mari, right? For the people that are new into this group or didn't start their journey of the Speaking Academy yet, let's reiterate the 4 different lenses that are incredibly important to create your keynote that actually lands for another audience. And let's do this all together. Let's use the chat. Let's make it interactive. This is not me talking to you, but this is us having some fun. Let's see if you have been paying attention. Because lens number 1, the first focus out of the 4 steps that we need to go through in order for you to make a transformational talk. Who remembers what that is? Step number 1. Oh, Ivo! Outcome, Anya, let's go. Very good. Ivo, you're gonna get 10 points. You were first. Where are you? There you go. And he caught him. All right. The first step of the 4 steps that we need to go over is the aim. Now, Ivo, would you mind unmuting yourself, knowing that you can speak wherever you go all the time? He's like, oh my God, what are you going to do, Lord? What is important about the aim, Ivo, in your own words?
When I talk, I always talk to somebody. I need to know what is my audience, who is my audience, what are the interests, and what is the transformation I want to deliver.
Yes, let's go. 10 out of 10 score, Ivo. Well done. So when we focus on creating a transformational keynote, there are 4 steps. Number 1, our aim. What is the transformation that we're here to facilitate? In other words, when you come to me and say, Lori, I don't know what my story really is because I experienced this and this and this, and how do I now get that into what? A 10-minute talk, an 18-minute talk, a 30-minute talk? Then we're starting from the wrong question because the questions we ask shape the answers we get. Makes sense? Right? So the question that we want to ask is, instead of what is my story, there would be, what is the transformation that we actually want to facilitate? What Ivo is saying, I'm not talking to an audience, or I am talking to an audience. What are they looking for? What is that transformation? That would be step number 1. We're going to focus later on how to leverage AI to help you with that, but we first need to establish what we're actually doing with AI. How many steps are there to create a transformational keynote? 4. So let's go to step number 2. Who remembers what it is? Put it in the chat. For everybody who's already been through the Speaking Academy, what is the second focus point when we're creating a transformational keynote? Who remembers? Who wants the 10 points? You can cheat and watch your blueprint. I will tell you, it starts with pick the right What is it? Oh, I see some lips moving. I want it in the chat. Let's go, Sean. Well done. Sean, where are you? There you are. 10 points coming to you. 3, 2, 1. Good catch. Pick the right stories. Sean, in your own words, why are stories really important? Why don't we just share facts?
Just you can connect with people. They can relate to you as a human. It just makes you, I don't know, real. I guess just, I guess this connectiveness, this like of humanity, and just, I don't know, I'm lost for words this morning, but I think that's kind of it.
I think you're doing a fantastic job. That's exactly what it is, right? Because facts tell and stories sell. Stories connect. Oh, and Rebecca's already answering the question that I was about to ask. Rebecca, anticipation over there. some overachievers in this call, because the second question would have been, what different buckets do we have to pick stories from? Right? Rebecca, in your own words, would you mind sharing what those are and why we have three different ones?
Because we want to establish a connection with people. So the community, we want everyone to think we're cool, do something that's really interesting, share with them to draw their attention, and then credibility to whatever audience we're speaking of. So letting them know that we belong there and that we have something to offer them.
Yes, real good, real good. When we're speaking and we're sharing stories, we're doing our keynote, we do it to achieve certain results, right? And just to make it really simple, at the end, what we kind of want from our audience is thoughts like, hey, Daphne, I mean, when Daphne is sharing, of course, Daphne, she's talking to me. She's talking to me. Ubad, he's talking to me. I feel seen. They're talking to me. They're talking about my pain points. They're talking about what I'm struggling with. I feel that they understand. Other thought. I feel that I want to do something with this. They're talking to me and I feel that I want to do something with this. This is actually something that I've been wanting to work on. Or I was not even aware that I wanted this, but now they're pointing it out. I noticed that this is indeed something I want to work on. And then the last thought. Mari, Eva, Linda, I like them. I like them. Somehow I just feel connected. Right? And that is what these three categories of stories do. With the community stories, we understand what your values are. We understand what people in your life are important or what groups you associate to. Not just because we want to know it, but it shows your values. It shows your values. And when people have values that are in common, even though it's not the same community, people will feel more or less connected. More connected. Coolness. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Anya just shared her podcast about neurodiversity. But even in this community, she's not even the only one who's talking about this. So why do we want to listen to Anya? Right? That's where coolness comes in. It's a differentiator. It's her personal stories. It's what makes Anya unique. And that can be through subjects, right? That can be through different facts about who you are, about what you're doing. But it can also be your energy or certain hobbies or the way you pronounce words. Or Nilsa's not here, but Nilsa always has different glasses. She loves it. It's like her fashion thing. She just loves it. Every time she has a different day, different mood, different glasses. That can also be coolness, right? It's like, what makes you you? How will we remember you compared to other people? Not because you're better, not because you're worse, because you're different. That's what coolness is about. And then last but not least, credibility. Okay, great that you're able to help people financially. Great that you're able to help people with their wealth. Great that you're able to help people with their health, with their personal development, with a skill, with anything. But why are you credible? Why is Carolyn credible to share with people health is the new wealth? Well, I'm not going to share how old she is. But let's just say she's older than you might think. And she looks stunning and vibrant and vital, right? What makes her credible is just who she is. And for some of you, that's because of life experience, because of external validation, because of some sort of certificate or studies or results that you accomplish for other people, right? So those three we always want to have, We're going through this fast. Step number 1, what's your aim? Step number 2, what stories are you going to choose and from what buckets are you picking them from? But how many steps are there to create a transformational keynote, you guys? Show it with your fingers. Oh my God. 4 steps. So let's go to number 3. Who remembers what it is? Put it in the chat. You could have been cheating the entire time because you could have anticipated that number 3 was coming. So who wants to get the 10 points most? Let's see. What is step number 3 all about? Step number 3. Ooh, Evo is on a roll. Different language, same outcome. Connecting the bridges. Glue it all together. Evo? 10 points. For the people who also want 10 points, you might, I might spoil the surprise, but right after this, it will step number 4. So if you want 10 points, I'm just saying. Anyways, connecting the bridges. Connecting the bridges. What does that mean? What does that mean? We have our aim. We have our content. We have our structure. Connecting the stories. We have the magic. We have the juice. We have the personality. Step number 3 connects the bridges, as Ivo says. Make sure that it's one big cohesive total where we have a hook, we have a call to action, and we have transitions, right? We make sure that everything fits perfectly. That it's one cohesive story instead of these kind of like unelegant blocks. Now, step number 4. Who remembers what it is? Sean, let's go. 10 points. Nice. Optimize the delivery. How to make sure that when you share, it actually lands. I just talked with Nicole about this in our evaluation. Let's say that you have 100% of the time, right? Depending how many minutes you have, 100% of the time. If you have one moment where you engage with the audience, then let's imagine that at some point they start to be disfocused. It's at least this much that you're going to lose. Does it make sense? Because here you have a moment where you interact. Oh, here you have a moment where you interact with them back. But let's say that instead of just having one moment of interaction, you will have 12. Then you will have it all over here, which basically means that you're just able to lose someone on a very specific small time frame. Quick example. Last Thursday, I was giving a presentation for 50 students. And these students, they didn't know each other. So where did you think they were with their mind while they were sitting in the room? What do you think was a thought that they were thinking? Put it in the chat, and I see your question, Darlene. I'll answer it in a bit. Basically, you glue it all together. Good one, Anya. So what were the students thinking in their mind? What was the thought of them? Maybe you recognize the thought. Maybe you could empathize with them. What do you think? I don't know anyone. Like, I don't know anyone. Who else is in this room? Yes, what else? I hope she's not gonna pick me. Who are these people? Don't look at me. Well, I think you're. What am I doing here? Yes. Why are we even here? Absolutely. All of the above. And it was very, very obvious when I stood there in front of them and I was saying, like, who here is excited? Or I raise your hand if, and everybody was like, the ceiling is so beautiful. They were all looking away. Like, even if I looked them in the eyes, they were like, oh, not me. Nope, not today. So I could have chose to keep, be more aggressive because now they're really not paying attention, right? Who knows what I'm talking about? It's like you're putting a lot of work and it's just not letting at all. And you notice within 5 minutes and you're really not even halfway. You're like, oh boy, this is going to be a long situation. So instead of being more aggressive or now me feeling like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe they don't think I'm worthy. Even though, guys, you're stellar in what you do. If people don't react, it does something to you. But how you can cope with that and how you can connect that in step number 4, optimize the delivery, is that you engage people in a more subtle way. And I've done it a lot of different ways already in these 36 minutes that we're hanging out. And one that I did with them was I asked the question, does this make sense? Does this make sense? Now, what do you think was the one word of 3 letters that was in their mind's eye when I asked that? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? What happened in their minds? I put it in the chat. Yes. Yes. So even though they were looking like me like this, like their whole face was not even moving. They didn't nod any yes. There was no confirmation of the audience like, hey, Lori, we love that you're here. Like nothing. Absolutely nothing. But because I asked these questions and I've practiced this over and over and over again, I knew that what happened in their brain is what I was controlling in the end as well. So step number 4 is how do you now make sure that your information actually lands for someone else? Whatever the audience style is. And you gotta adapt. Because if I would have kept going, it would have been real awkward. Mostly for me. And they would not have had so much results. Because that's in the end what this is about. Is that they feel safe. That they feel that they can ask a question. Which, by the way, in the end actually happened. Because I connected where they were at. I engaged with them where they were at. And then they felt safe and comfortable to ask some questions. So we have 4 steps of the speaking journey. Now, when we're talking about the aim, the stories, the glue, and the delivery, what right now, and this is not right or wrong, it's just intuitively, which of these 4 do you personally feel is the lens that you want / need to focus on most? What is the lens that you feel that you want to or need to focus on most? Just put it in the chat. Doesn't really matter what it is, but you want to be clear about it. And all of you, please put it in. Which one? Again, it doesn't matter which one it is. You just want to be clear with it. Brilliant. And then if you would be able to ask a question or make it more specific. So for example, if you had aim, is it like, I don't know what my aim is? If it's stories, it's like, I don't even know what stories I have, or I don't even know if I have enough credibility stories. Or if it's number 3, glue it all together, I don't know if my transitions are correct, or what my hook should be, or what my call to action should be. Or if it's 4, like, am I even engaging at all? Or how could I have more engagement loops, just like Lori just shared? What would that question be? Please put it in the chat. Please put it in the chat. And you can take a little bit of time, just put in the question that you have. And if you see someone else have a question that you have as well, you can heart it. So we can kind of vote on specific questions. Please put your question in, and if you see a question, Beautiful. Keep sharing it. Couple of seconds left for your question. Just put it in there. Does what I'm saying make any sense? Who else is wondering? Sometimes it's just so nice when someone shares what everybody else is thinking. This is so good, you guys. This is so good. Okay, hands up. Now make it rain. This is just for a screenshot. It's like these people are crazy. Now, this is because, you guys, when you keep speaking while other people are typing, they're not listening. So this is just me being me. You can have a lot of different ways, but you want to get the attention back to the center. Does it make sense? So what I'm going to share now with you, and this is where AI is very profound. Because again, one big mistake that a lot of people are making is, oh my God, there's AI. I need to leverage AI for everything I do. I'm gonna win 80 hours a week back, and I'm gonna automate everything. Ah! Right? And now the question remains, how do I do that? Which tool? How do I even start? But that's a big mistake that a lot of people are making. Yes, please, right? But what we need to establish first is, what are we actually leveraging this for? So what we just talked about is, when we're creating our story, what elements are important? And from all those elements, we can automate and AI and optimize everything all the time. But in the end, if we start from scratch and we want to do everything optimized, what do you think you're going to feel? It's like, now it becomes overwhelming, or it becomes very much not like you, because you don't know actually what you're doing. You don't know actually what you're improving. So what I'm going to show you is different ways how to leverage AI to get specific answers to the questions you just put in there. So based on this 4-step framework, I'm going to show you how to leverage AI on every step of the framework. Wouldn't that be cool? And some of you already know this, but some of you might not. And I'm so excited for all of you to know is, let me see how I can do this. Yes. What we're going to use is not just ChatGPT, you guys. What we're going to use is not just ChatGPT. What we are going to use is the only, best, most exclusive, unique, transformational speaking AI clone of Lori Mabelis that's completely trained in the curriculum that we just talked about. How incredible cool is that? And you all get access to that clone. And I'm going to share it with you in the chat right now. So you can click on that. And that is the AI that we are going to use. And before you're going to play around with this, I would love to share some thoughts, because what I would love to do is to make this into a little workshop where you are going to focus on the one needle mover that you just wrote down, and you're going to ask ChatGPT some questions. Oh, that is funny, Ava. That is real funny. That's my kind of humor. That's my last name. You see what she's doing. So I want you to leverage the AI to improve your needle moving moment. But before we do that, what I would love to do is give you some inspiration in how you could use that. Would that be helpful? So one more time, what we did is we looked at every single step that needs to get done. We focused on what part for you right now is the biggest struggle. If you have one thing that would be solved, what would that be? That's what we're going to work with. So, how I do this is, there are some things in the preparation phase And there are some things in the evaluation phase on how you can leverage this. And I want to start with the preparation phase. So let me share my screen for a little bit so then you're able to see my screen. I know it is so cool. And I'm really stoked for all of you to leverage it. So you're able to see my screen? Thumbs up. So this is the interface. And right here, there even are some prompts that are here to help you. For example, how can I create my aim and figure out what my keynote should be about if you have absolutely no idea? Now, the AI will already create some thoughts, will already have some thoughts about this, and will really directly refer to the specific steps we're talking about. Step number 1, define the transformation. What is your aim? Right? It will help you create that aim statement together with you. So it will help you now, it's your turn. Answer these questions from the heart, not from perfection. Who do you most feel called to help right now? What is the struggle they're stuck in? And what transformation do you help them achieve? Now, how you can do this, and I will just model this for you, right? And this is what I personally love, because still, it's like, okay, I still don't know ChatGPT. I'm asking you. And now you're asking me these questions, and I don't even know the answer to the questions. So what I do in that moment is I use the voice option. And I say, hey, ChatGPT, I so appreciate you. We always want to make it a friend, right? I so appreciate you. I honestly don't completely know. Like right now, I feel like I could help some people. Like actually what I'm looking for is I'm doing this speaking engagement for 50 students. And they're all really nervous. And I don't completely understand what they're looking for, but I think they just want to have a little bit of more clarity in what their ideas is so they can present it with more confidence. This is kind of what I have. Could you create an aim statement for me, please? Now, before ChatGPT is going to share it with us, who here can share some sort of vague idea of what you think you are going to do? Who can do that? Right? Because sometimes when we're thinking about our aim, it should be so perfectly clear. But we all know it should not be perfect. It should be in progress. And I feel like while I'm sharing it in Zoom, it's not listening to my audio, which is okay. But this is what you can practice with too, right? You can just ask it simple questions. It will give you the next step, and then you just voice it with the best you have. Now, that is one thing. But what you can also do, and who here is busy with their story library and is like, just, I saw it, Ava in the chat, is like, I don't know what stories I should pick, if it's a community story, if it's a connection story, if it's whatever story, and which one should I pick. What you can share with ChatGPT, and let's see if it works. I'm not sure if the audio works while I'm on the Zoom, but just let's wing with it for a moment. I would ask ChatGPT something like this. Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT. I now would love to get a story. So the story actually is that I was with my my dad last week, and I had a dream of going on a vacation with every single one of my family members, one time, one-on-one. And I already went with my grandmother to Tenerife. I went with my brother, and this year, 2026, I want to go with my dad. And we talked about potentially going skiing in Austria together, which makes me so happy. Now, part of me is just excited to share the story with people, but I also feel that this is a story that I could potentially use to make a point. I don't exactly know what elements of the story are relevant and what potential teaching points I could have with this story. Would you mind helping me with that? So then we do this. I hope it's gonna transcribe, you guys, so you can see actually how cool this is. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just giving, and again, while ChatGPT is on the work, who can do this? Who can think of, I had this live memory, I don't know exactly. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks. Okay, now let's see what it thinks. Okay, Oh, yes, this is such a beautiful story. Thank you so much, ChatGPT. First, what kind of story is this? Well, there's three types of stories. It depends on how you frame it. It doesn't mean that one story is just one C all the time. It's all about the frame, you guys. It could be a credibility story. It could be here. It could be there, and explaining exactly why. Second, what elements are actually relevant? It shares exactly what elements are relevant. Third, the possible teaching moments that my story could support. This, and this, and this. Okay, and even what you can do here, because let's just be honest. Okay, this is a lot of opportunity. I didn't even read it completely, but ChatGPT, this is so amazing. I got so much inspiration and I'm so grateful for it. At the same time, I feel even more overwhelmed. So it would be great for me if you just make a decision. So the aim for this specific keynote is creating clarity for people around their message. How can I specifically use this story with my dad? And I would love for you to pick one that you think is most powerful. Can you please share how you would use that and how I can capture this story in my story library using a title and some bullet points? Okay, let's see what it's gonna do. Oh, sweetheart. It's so polite. Keep a deep breath with me. Okay. Oh. Thank you for making decisions, ChatGPT. And now it exactly shares what I need to do and how I can do this. It even shares the exact way how we want to do stuff in our story library. So now we are able to put this there. Any questions until now? Because I'm going to share something with you that's absolutely blowing your mind, if it not already is. Do we have some questions or some reactions? Because now I feel I'm talking to myself. How do you feel you can leverage this for yourself? Daphne, what do you see for you?
I can definitely use this for YouTube. Every time I want to think of a script, I want to look at the actual end point that I'm looking for instead of just going off of inspiration of something I feel like is interesting. Is it actually going to land for my audience?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Who else? Ayla, what about you? How do you see this being leveraged for you?
I think just what I'm saying here, the shortcut that I can, my chat knows me well, but this gives me the edge of not going in 50 different directions, but basically corralling it into, I have 5 minutes. What am I going to do with those 5 minutes? What is the video going to look like? What's the script going to look like? Go for it.
Yes, well done. Absolutely. Last one, Carolyn. What about you? How do you
This
see?
makes it really fast, makes it really succinct. You don't have to guess, you don't have to wonder. I mean, it brings up a lot of points that you probably hadn't thought about that makes clarity. I mean, it just makes it gold.
Yes, so good. Okay, the real last one, Carmen and Rocky. What about you? What attention.
There we go.
There we go.
So for me, it's feeling powerful, feeling confident, feeling like I can get it done. And done is the word. And for us, that's what we need. We're just confident. Rocky's going crazy over here.
Something
Yeah,
popped
so
up on my screen. I couldn't get it to go away. I couldn't see the audio button.
And we're excited.
Let's go. So good. So good. What I'm going to show you now, you guys, is absolutely going to go next level. Because I want you, that's why we do this, right? I want you to have access to this. I want you to use it. I want you to make it easier. I want you to have more wins. And one thing that you can do let me quickly copy something. Nilsa is not here, but Nilsa, she did the Speaking Academy for a couple of times. And every single time she's looking for her next edge. So what I'm doing here is I copied Nilsa's transcript of her entire talk. So last Tuesday, she was on her graduation. She had 10 minutes of share. And the only thing that I just did is I copied her transcript. And this is what you can do. Look. What do you think I did really well? And what would be my number one focus for next time to make it even better? This is the transcript of my talk. Look at this, you guys. I just pasted it. And here we go. It's going to give you an analysis of how you actually did and what you can improve. Here it even says now, your number one focus for next time. We always choose one so you can grow with clarity, not with overwhelm. It's like I'm talking, right? Focus on simplifying your structure. How to improve this, how to do this, how to do this. And then you can ask, okay, so can you even add this in the transcript that I just used? You can even ask, how do you think my stories were and the 3 C's in it? Let's see if it's understanding. So the 3 C's is community, coolness, and community. There we go. It remembers. It actually shows her in her story what credibility places she had, what community places she had, and what coolness places she had. And then she can ask, okay, which one do you think was under, like not used enough? And do you have any suggestions? So what you can do here, you can literally say, based on the 4 steps that we just talked about, this is the one I want to focus on. This is what I want to ask until that is improved. And now you're going to leverage it. Now you're going to use it. And now you're going to practice it. Then when you practiced it, you come back to your ChatGPT. You say, hey, here's my transcript. What do you think? And what is now the next needle mover that I should focus on? Okay, I pick one. Do you have 10 suggestions? I don't like that. I'm overwhelmed. Choose for me. Now you pick one and you keep going. Who's excited to leverage this, you guys? Isn't it super cool? Now, what I would love to do, because it's great to learn new stuff and there's so much about AI, but I want you to be so not overwhelmed and so excited. And I would really love for you to actually do it. So I'm going to put 3 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes. And I would love for you to ask the question, your main question that you just put in the chat of one of the 4 pillars. You pick one, and then you pick one question inside of these 4 pillars that you want to ask the GPT. And I would love for you to actually do that. I would love for you to do that and to see what the result is. Because I want you to have it in your muscle memory. I want you to have an experience from it, not just an intellectual, oh wow, this is great. Are we ready? Are we all having the Lori GPT open? Are we ready? The clock starts now. Go do it. This is your time to implement. We're halfway. And the transcript is also saved in YouTube. You can ask it to Descript or any other transcription tools. Right. That was the time. Who would love 2 more minutes? All right, we'll do 2 more minutes, you guys. Let's go. This was the extra 2 minutes. All right, you guys, you had 5 minutes of focus work. Please give a big round of yourself and everybody else doing this. And let's go as long as everybody is doing it, which can make it really long and awkward for everybody. So don't be that one. Don't be that one. There's still ones. See how funny this is? See how much you need to focus attention before everybody is doing something? See how long we're doing this until people actually there we go. Now we're together, right? So sometimes you just keep talking already and there's so many people not with you. If I would immediately started working, you come from a deep work exercise and now they're surface level. Some of you are getting back to work and I see that in your eyes, right? There's deep work and then there's surface level. So we have to have transition periods. That's what we just did. And I do this sometimes in a goofy way because I just enjoy it. But there's a lot of different ways on how to do that that feel authentically yours, right? So who would love to share some insights that you got by just 5 minutes, you guys? Just 5 minutes. What I want to emphasize here, what we're doing is you can dive into ChatGPT for hours and not actually get something done. Because now there's this overwhelm of opportunity of everything that's possible and you go into rabbit holes. That's why we took so much time, 45 minutes, to get clear on what we want to get out of this. And now we have a trained tool who also just does that. So we cannot go into some wild rabbit holes, and that's also not what we're really looking for, because that's costing more time. Who in reality has experienced that it costs you more time doing something with ChatGPT because you see more opportunities, you get overwhelmed, right? In all honesty, right? So not all new tools and all amazing opportunities are actually adding value because you did not get clear first on what it actually is that you were looking for. That's why we're doing this together. So I would love to hear some results for a little bit, and then we're gonna finish up with some questions, with some Q&A for you to specifically get out of this so you get that to your next level. Ava, what about you? She's like, I did not raise my hand. That was me applauding.
I didn't raise my hand, but
What if you
hello,
would have?
everyone.
What would you have shared?
I think for me, because I'm just starting on the journey and I really worry about picking the right stories that are going to create that thought process, like you said, kind of create the aim. It just helped me kind of remember what my aim was. So I had to write it again. So that's always helpful because every time I type it or I say it, it changes just a little bit and it gets just a little bit clearer, which I love. So it just allowed me to write that down, and then I'm gonna tell it my three key points or my three teaching points, and then we'll see what happens. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so good. Ava is starting her speaking academy in January. So everybody
Yes.
is able to experience her amazingness in February. So you're all welcome to watch. So excited for you, Ava.
Yay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Who else? Who else had a moment of insight? Sometimes they're very small. What about you, Linda?
So, hi, everybody. So for me, I've actually, since working with Lori, have been able to really focus and develop the business. And I really have clarity. But now I'm at the point where I really need to start doing speeches to try to get my audience to understand and to accept what I'm offering. So I'm working on the awareness, those words that I need to help them to click in and say, yes, I need your help. So I was playing around with that.
Yeah. So good. So good. It's like what and you could even ask this, Linda, is because you've done the speaking academy, it's like you can just get that transcript, load it in, and say, this is now my next goal. Where do you
Right.
think I absolutely crushed it? And what could I pivot? And you can even ask, like, what we didn't focus on this now. I don't want to derail because now I get excited, but there is an opportunity for you to leverage it to get on stages too. Let's not focus on that now, but you can ask those questions specifically, right? So you can literally ask those questions and it will give you the next step. I'm really excited for you,
Thanks.
Linda. You have so
Me
much,
too.
so much to share. Linda helps people, or in your own words, Linda, what do you do?
I help caregivers in the sandwich generation balance their caregiving life with their personal life, so that they're not sacrificing themselves. And I do it holistically. So I do it with coaching, advocacy, and essential oils. So I deal with the whole person in addition to their loved ones, supporting their loved ones.
Yeah, so cool. Everybody wins when Linda wins. And that's for everybody in this room,
Thank you.
right? Because you all do such incredible work for really important things. So the more you get on stages, the more clear you are, the better for everybody, right? And what I also always keep saying, and Carolyn, this is beautifully in the WhatsApp group. She said, you know what? I'm ready to go on podcasts. And then there's people in this community who have podcasts, right? Some people, like are just starting out, and some people are going to collaborate and go next level, but leverage each other. I really would love for all of you to, when you go on a podcast, to build a relationship with the host and even say, hey, I've got really great entrepreneurial friends. Would it make sense if I make an introduction to 1, 2, or 3 people that I think might be very valuable for you as well? And then you start to just help each other get on stages. Like, that is what this is all about, you guys. So well done. Well done. Adrian, what about you? Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. Hi, Lori. Hi, everyone. So mine was about, so I do monthly events for the community that I run with health and wellness entrepreneurs. And it's a speaking opportunity for me to kind of welcome everyone and kind of kick off the event. And I feel a little bit stuck in the way that I'm doing it. I just kind of have been going through the motions, and I would really love to bring storytelling into that just to set the scene and to, yeah, create a nice environment, inspiring. But so what I asked your chatbot was about that. So I just said, it's too literal, it's kind of boring. Like, what can I do? And it was really nice because your chatbot prompted me um, to think of some different moments. So a surprise moment, a challenge moment, a belonging moment. And then from there, it would help me come up with a story for my event opener. So I did not go through and do those stories, but I will do the exercise because I think that's kind of the framework or structure I needed just to be able to get, again, I feel like I'm too literal, and I would like to have, again, a more inspirational story that ties back to our time together and can really connect with the group. So I think these are really great prompts for me to start to play with and start to figure out what those stories can be for those openers.
So good. So
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
For everybody who is wondering, because sometimes you have an idea of what a story could be, and then that's kind of what I did as an example, right? Like, I'm just thinking about this. Yeah, I think Anya and Adrian, you gotta meet. Like, there's a lot of connections with you, and I think you're both also in Amsterdam. So, so meet. Like, you guys are great for each other. This is so cool about the community. So, um, so for some of you, stories might be challenging to find out, like, I have a live event, how do I now connect this to a story? But some of you might be like, I don't even know what stories I have. Like, I just have stuff. Like, what is now a story? Lori keeps sharing like this video versus a scene versus this, and I understand it, but I don't know how to apply this. Like, you can literally just say that to ChatGPT. And you can even say, can you ask me some prompts that I can think about so now I can remember some stories? You could even say, because who here has done the exercise with me where I say a random word and then I say, now come up with some stories, right? Like pen. What stories come up? You can play around with ChatGPT and it gives you some prompts. So it can help you with getting more stories. It can help you with defining what stories you need to take. It can help you with how to connect now my story to a teaching point. I saw that question in the chat as well. How do I now connect both? Right? All of this you can ask. At the same time, and this is just a big fat disclaimer, like ChatGPT AI is not gonna resolve all of the problems, right? Because who here feels for a fact that Even though ChatGPT will give you a perfect script, you still need to get help. You still need the accountability. You still need, to hear you're doing a great job. Or, like this doesn't feel like you, right? This is not to replace you. This is not to do the work for you. This is to make sure that when you get in your head and you get overwhelmed or you're not able to make specific decisions, that you're able to ask for something that's always there for you. And it is absolutely trained in this curriculum so it can help you make decisions. That is what this is about. That is what this is about. Now, to wrap it up, I would love to see in the chat, what was your biggest lesson, your biggest aha moment that you're going to take away from you, with you on your whole journey? Get clarity first. Well, Ivo, it's like you're coaching people in that. Leverage each other. Yes, Ubat. So good. So good to keep seeing you, man. Proud of your development. Ask more questions. Yes. There's never enough brags in the wins, and there's never enough questions, right? At some point, I even gave you a challenge to at least ask a couple of questions. It's like, we're here for you on the journey. Just ask the questions. The possibilities are infinite, and we're only limited by our imagination. Let's go, Anya. Let's go. Sean, at the moment, stories for my post. Let's go. I just saw Adrian, you're leveraging for, or was it you, Anya, for LinkedIn posts, right? It's like leverage it. Leverage it. It's there. It's for you. As a newbie, it's the for and leveraging the community. Yes. Asking the right questions. Amen. That's a real good one. Like you can ask whatever you want, but you got to get clear first. Don't hesitate to ask Lori ChatGPT for help at every step of the journey. Yes, keep being vulnerable and showing up. Yes, yes. Freedom and excitement to share our message. I missed the first 45 minutes. Let's go. You get the recording. No worries. No worritos. Any last questions, Sean?
So this is more of a technical question. I don't know if you can answer it, anybody else can. So I was using chat, the paid version for a while, so it's really got to know me. So now when I open yours up, you pop up in the sidebar as well. Is it drawing from like information I've already given chat, or should I look at it as two separate entities?
I believe it's two separate entities, but just
Okay.
yeah. But I mean, leverage it. And some people are saying yes, it's two different. Daphne is like, no, it's one. So Daphne, what do you say?
It remembers everything I've said, even when I've introduced a new, unless I clear it, when I introduce a new chat GPT.
Yeah. So it might be different if store the storage in your custom GPT, which is the Lori AI, because it's a part of your account, right? So what you shared in that thread, in that GPT will be saved. I'm not completely 100% sure because what you're saying is I'm training a project, right? You're training a project, you're training your own GPT. I don't think they are connected.
Well, the interesting thing here though is under chats, the chats I do with you and GPT fall under the same brackets.
Yes.
So it's not separate. So I didn't know if they were once again drawing from the same bucket, if you will.
Yeah, so this GPT is trained on specific material.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. But then you will notice that when you keep sharing it in this specific GPT about your keynote, it might remember that keynote if that setting is on. Right? So you are able to build on, like, I'm confused again. You remember that I told you about this story? Let's dive into it one more time. So it is about those two different identities. Like let's not dive into the technicalities too much, but you will see that when you share more, it will remember. Yeah, and it remembers everything in that specific chat thread. So not in your own ChatGPT, if I'm correct. Patrice left, so he would have probably been able to answer that. So, with that said, you guys, this is your moment to leverage it in a way that feels good. This is not a time to feel overwhelmed by all the opportunities that are out there and needing to say yes to all of that. This is to be clear on what you want, leverage the tools that are there for you, and then get the results that you're actually looking for. And that is what you just had today. I am so super stoked to hear all your wins. Who is determined to share more of your wins in the WhatsApp group instead of keeping them for yourself? Let's go. Why? Not because it's just cool to share, because who feels like it is cool to be celebrated when you accomplish something cool? Not to be like, oh, she's there again. Her fifth TEDx, now we know. No, it's like so inspiring for other people. So when you share, everybody wins. And I want you to know that every single step of the journey, we want to celebrate you, we want to hear your wins, and we're here every step of the way. There's one quick question I have, and that is a request actually. Because this speaking academy, we just launched the stage academy, every single program, we really are so committed to make it the best, the easiest, the funnest, the most impactful experience out there. Now, I know that some of you have been through the journey, but you did not share your experience with us. So, my request is that when I share the link of a survey where you're just sharing what your experience was, that you're willing to share that, because your positive things will reaffirm. And we also ask you, okay, if you would tear apart the whole entire experience, what needle movers do you see? Right? Some people already share needle movers, they're already implemented in the journey, right? Every single time we're making it better. So your feedback really matters to us. In all honesty, at the end, you're also asked to leave a review. Now, I only would love for you to do that if you genuinely think it was a 5-star experience for you, right? We don't want to put words in your mouth. We don't want to, fit you into some sort of prestigious thing so now we can brag about the result. We only want that if you genuinely thought it was a 5-star experience. But if you thought that, it would be very valuable for you to share it, because it helps us to help other people that genuinely would be benefiting from this journey a lot. Who would love to just share your experience? And if you really believe there was a 5-star experience, that you would love to share that as well. If you did not start yet, don't do it, okay? I'll put the link to the evaluation in the chat, so you can just fill in the whole evaluation, and then at the end you will be asked for a review. Cool? Can we all do that? If you all click on that now and finish it right away, it just takes 5 minutes. And as a gift, you also, or as an appreciation, you also get a real cool gift that Nicole immediately leveraged, and she's already creating results from the gift. So just know that it's really appreciated if you help us make this program the absolute best in the industry every single time. Any questions, you guys? Any questions? Who's excited for 2026? Who knows for a fact that you belong on stages and this is your path? That you're committed to do whatever it takes. Just what Isla said. It's like, for me, it took a while. What she did forget to share is that she stood on, I think, like 20 plus stages in her first year, even though she was terrified. And she might not have the monetary results right away in the moment that she wanted it, but she stuck with the journey, and now she's like, it's exploding, it's compounding. And that's for every single one of you. This journey is for the brave ones. It's not always easy. We want to make it as easy as possible, but it's not always easy. If you're in this season where it just takes longer than you want, where you struggle and still think whether or not you're good enough, you feel like you've worked on this journey for so long that right now you should have known. Just know you are on the path. This is part of the journey. And quoting Anya, it wouldn't be worth it if it were be easy. But it can be as easy, fun, and impactful as possible. You guys, I would love to see your results of the survey so we can make it even better. I would love to celebrate your wins in the WhatsApp group. And I'm so stoked for every single one of you to blow up in 2026. And we're here to celebrate you on that journey, you guys. This was the bonus. You are part of an incredible community. I hope you feel that. I absolutely, genuinely love you, how corny and cheesy that may sound, but I really care about you. And if there's any questions, the
Aw,
WhatsApp group
how
is
did I
there.
get that to happen?
Ciao for now, you
Thank you,
guys.
Lori.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.